I'm honestly still pretty disturbed by my experience with these creatures. So if you guys in the comments could be courteous and respectful, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. But anyways, last night I woke up in a cold sweat. I felt paralyzed. I tried to move, but I just couldn't. That is when I heard them and their nasally little high-pitched voices. I couldn't really understand what they were saying at first. I might have still been partially asleep, but soon I was eventually able to decipher their speech. We want cock! We want cock! They demanded over and over again. I was confused, but this confusion would suddenly turn to terror as three little naked midgets crawled up the side of my bed and onto my blanket. They looked like a bunch of old men, except very small, smaller than anything that could ever be human. They also wore these red little play hats and they had these really thick white beards. They looked exactly like garden gnomes, except for the fact that they were letting all hang out, if you know what I mean. And I know you know what I mean. At this point, I still couldn't move, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think they might have casted some of their evil gnome magic so it would be easier for them to do what happened next. So I was forced to watch helplessly as they marched up to my crotch. They suddenly tore off my blanket and ripped off my pants. And then they started to suck me off. One on my right ball, one on my left ball, and one on my cock. No matter how much I tried, I still couldn't move. Admittedly, I also kinda got boner, but look, I couldn't help it, okay? They was giving me the grapefruit, man. Also, in all honesty, seeing the little gnome asses bouncing around, it wasn't helping much either. Did well. Things kinda progressed a bit, and, okay, I might have blew my load a little. All of their gnome asses. Okay, like I said, I couldn't help it, alright? Don't judge me, dude. Luckily, they seemed satisfied after I busted for them, and they put away my blanket back onto me, and they marched away into the night, never to be seen again. I got up after this, and I was super relieved at first, because I thought it was just one of those, sleep paralysis things I've heard so much about. But then I looked at my cock, and it still had my jizz dripping off of it. What the hell? I couldn't have just blew my load while I was asleep. That's physiologically impossible or something like that. So I've come to the realization that all of this was real in a species of previously unknown hominids, which I have given the courtesy of naming cock gnomes, visited me in the middle of the night and sucked me off. I'm sharing this story today because I want people to know the truth. Cock gnomes are real, baby! And you better prepare yourself because someday you might be visited too!